Hello, hello. Hi, my name is Tina Noble, and I am tuning in to you from Massachusetts. And I am here to talk about an amazing business I'm part of, and I want to share the opportunity with you. I want to share the opportunity with people who want to help people feel better, maybe a mom who has little ones at home that wants to make some extra money, maybe a teacher who's off for the summer, a coach who's off for the summer, anybody in the health industry, anybody that likes to help other people feel better. If you, like myself, I feel amazing when that happens. If that's you, I want to talk to you. Okay, so I'm going to show you some slides quickly and kind of go over the business, tell you a little bit about it, what we do, and how it works. And obviously, I would love to have a meeting with you. If you'd like to sit down and chat some more, meet the team, come to a meeting. We have meetings every week, and I'll go through all of that with you to share it with you. Okay, so let me share my screen. And the reason why I got into this business was a year ago in June. I was diagnosed with a type 2 diabetic, a really bad one. My diabetes was 11.5, and you're supposed to be at 5.7 or below. I was 11.5. That was double what you're supposed to be. Very, very high, very, very dangerous. I didn't understand. I didn't feel sick. Diabetes wasn't in my family. I thought it was hereditary. I've learned so much on the way. I'm also in school to be a certified nutritionist, and this is something I never would have thought I was doing. This all came from, my diagnosis last June and what I've learned along the way and how I've learned to help people along the way and how I've learned to share my passion for what I'm doing. I feel it deep in my soul that this is such an amazing thing to help people with. So I want to share it. If you want to be partners with me after you hear this, let's talk, let's chat, let's work on this together. There's nothing more satisfying than getting a call from somebody or a text or email saying, I feel fantastic, I've lost a little weight, my doctor loved my blood work, all of these things that come along with this process. So this is a tool. Okay, so this is a tool to help people you don't have to be overweight to be insulin resistant, right? You don't have to be, and I'll go through these things with you quickly and kind of talk about them, but you don't have to be somebody overweight. You don't have to have pre-diabetes or diabetes, any of these things. You don't have to be young or old to have insulin resistance, which is basically, I call it it's the center, it's the problem, it's the eye of the storm, and I'll go through that with you. So let me share my screen, and then we'll get going, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Okay. Oh, so sorry. Stop sharing the board. So here's how this goes. No, okay. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. It never fails, right? It's practiced it 100 times, it was fine. But anyway, so the company that I'm referring to and talking about is called Unicity. That is the company that I have had this opportunity to work with. There are people all over the world that work for Unicity. I'm in the United States, and that's where I'm based. And it's been the time since I got diagnosed that I've been doing this and sharing my journey with folks, and the business is something I want to share because I really believe you'll never see it advertised. You'll never see the product advertised. You'll never see any influencers, anything like that. Unicity goes by us, people who share how we've come about with it, how it's helped us, and all of those things. Okay, so that Unicity is the company, and the tool that I've used to reverse my diabetes, which is called the Feel Great. And we had a gentleman on one of our science calls that said it's a proper tool, right? So if he said if somebody asked you to build a house and they gave you a nail file, that's not the right tool. If somebody asked you to cut down a tree and gave you a ruler, that's not the right tool. This is the right tool to help anybody with being metabolic unhealthy, insulin resistance, and so many different things. And we'll go through that. Okay. So this is the name of the company. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, now we're going to move down. So in order for, for this business or for myself, in order to have a business or, any sort of, customer base, you need to have a problem. Okay, so the problem that we're solving for folks is insulin resistance, which is that yellow circle, which I call the eye of the storm. Insulin resistance, when I got to the doctors and I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetic, she did not talk about insulin resistance. She did not talk about metabolic health. She didn't talk about any of those things. She said, you're a diabetic, get to your store, pick up your metformin and your shot, and we'll see you back in 90 days, and we'll up it. That was it. We didn't talk about what I was eating, if I was exercising, any of those things weren't discussed. Okay, and that's fine. She's a doctor of medicine. This is, this is what she does, and this is how it goes. But this is for me. I didn't want to do a pharmaceutical. I wanted to try a natural way, and this is what I've come about. Okay, so the problem, like I told you, as you can see, the eye of the storm, the yellow pod, insulin resistance is the problem that we're solving. And we have an amazing product that we can help them with, all natural, plant-based, and we'll go through that. Okay, so insulin resistance, as you can see, is the middle, all of those little things on the outside, as long as up to 400 different problems for people that have insulin resistance, have these different symptoms. Okay, so diabetes, cancer, PCOS. I have PCOS so bad I end up having hysterectomy, fatty liver, heart disease, high blood pressure, Alzheimer's, which is type 3 diabetes, Alzheimer's and dementia, migraines for men, erectile dysfunction, and testosterone problems. Once you get your insulin under control, those things get, come right back up. Neuropathy, obesity, diabetes, and like I told you, there's 400 of them. These are just some of them. And so those are the ones that are on the inside for the most part. So you will know, so 93%, as it says here, of American adults are metabolically unhealthy. 25 to 30% are our children, which is very, very sad. Diabetes type 2 is not hereditary. It's environmentally hereditary, meaning that your kids are going to eat what you feed them. They're gonna want the whatever they see on TV that advertises a good food, the food that tastes good, but it's environmentally hereditary, not you don't pass it from person to person. It's not in your chromosomes. Type 2 diabetes, not in your chromosomes. If it was, it wouldn't take 40 years to come out or whatever it happens to be. Okay, so, but there are some signs that you can see on somebody Maybe you've been to a family party and you see some of these things on them that they may not even realize it. 93% of Americans are metabolically unhealthy. More than 50% don't even know it because the doctors don't talk about it until it becomes diabetes. They could tell you it's getting higher, eat less, move more, 6 small meals a day, but they don't actually ever talk about it until you become a diabetic, and that's when you're out there learning your own. So if I can get a hold of somebody and teach them something that they can learn and share for themselves, that's my plan. Okay, so there are some symptoms of it. And so, for instance, belly fat, skin tags, inflammation, cholesterol, sleep apnea, high blood sugar, cravings, and like I told you, there's 400 different symptoms. So this is the problem that we're going to address, that I address, and that I'm sharing the business with you. So the business this is what we address, okay? So along the way, also, along with the insulin resistance is something that matches it, dysbiosis, which is your gut, unhealthy gut, leaky gut, all of these things that come along with it, the upset stomach, the IBS, the whole 9 yards. This is what comes along with it, right? So it comes along with brain disorders, metabolic and hormonal disorders, liver disease, skin cancer, acne. You should feel these: hypertension, cancer, kidney disease, diabetes, obesity, and respiratory disease. All of these different things all come from your gut, which is crazy to think. So what we want to do is we want to help people get their gut under control and to get their gut healthy so that they don't have to have these problems, okay? So that is another part of it as well. Okay, so again, so this slide here on the left here, well, on the right shows 93% of us. So if you look at all of these people, 93%, the colored in ones are the ones that are metabolically unhealthy. There's not many that aren't colored in. I'm very happy for people who are taking care of themselves and don't have this problem, but unfortunately, with the modern diet and all of these things, this is a very common problem that we want to help people with. Okay, our solution. So like I said, you have to have a problem, you have a business, and a solution. Like the plumber fixes the plumbing, the electrician fixes the electric, the mechanic fixes the car. This is the business, right? So our business is we're helping people solve insulin resistance. And this is how we do it. As you can see, the little box down here, this is the field grade system that I talked about. A couple things, main points that we talk about. It's 20 plus clinical studies, which means it's been studied by the Cleveland Clinic and others in Australia and all of these things. And so you'll learn all that. And we have science calls that we go to every week. Monday we have a Momentum Monday, which we get to hear people's great results and how they get their business going. Tuesdays, we have a partner-only meeting. Then we have a science call, which we learn more about science and about metabolic health and diabetes and Alzheimer's, dementia, and all of these things that we learn. Wednesday is another meeting. Thursday is a partner meeting. It's all day. You don't have to go to all of them, but they offer it. The training, we have a website that you can get the training. You'll get actual, if you want to do it on social media, you'll get actual written out social media ideas, ones that are very successful. You have an upline, you'll have me, I'll be your partner. We'll be able to work on this together. I'll show you what I've learned. We can work it out and we can help other people. There's nothing like getting a call from somebody that their blood work came back well, they feel great, they were able to go for a walk, play with their grandchildren. Like, there's so many positives to it. The only negative is that not enough of us know about it. Not enough of us are sharing it. So this is why we're trying to grow it. We have 1 million customers that we've helped, but there are millions and millions and billions of people suffering from it. So, and again, you'll never see it on TV. You'll never see it sold in a store. It's all word of mouth, only comes from Unicity, the company itself. So if you see it anyplace else, it's probably a spinoff or knockoff, so it's not the actual one. And if somebody buys it from, say, an Amazon or Walmart or wherever they find it from, it is not covered, because as you can see down bottom here, the last one is guaranteed, which means if you try the product for 90 days, if somebody tries it for 90 days and they feel like they didn't have any good results, for whatever reason, they'll get their money back. The 90 days is because it took us a long time to become metabolically unhealthy. It takes a little bit more time for your body to get better. So we have a great app that goes along with it as well, that you can track your progress, all of these things. It does a body scan, tell you about your fat. There's so many positives that go along with it. But if they don't buy it straight from the company or from you, it is not guaranteed. But we have less than a 1% of the return for people who didn't have success with it, which is a good chance they probably just didn't do it or whatever, because it's all natural. There's no side effects. You could do it. If people are on medication, they can take it. The goal is to get them off the medication so they don't have to take medication for life when it comes to metabolic health. Okay, so it's HSA and FSA qualified, which means if you have one of those cards from your work, that money comes out of your check to go into this, so you could go to the store and buy your medication, pay for your copays, whatever it is, you can also, this qualifies for it. Okay, so it could be for free. It could be free for somebody, or come out of that account. It doesn't even come out of your paycheck or your check. It's a nutraceutical, not a pharmaceutical, which means natural, which is it's food-based, plant-based. Like I said, absolutely no side effects. You could take it with medication. You could take it without medication. You could take it for a little while. You could take it for a long time. There's no addiction, right? You're not going to become addicted to it. So it's something that you could start and stop. Some people do it if they, not feeling right. You don't have to do it all the time. Nutraceutical, it's natural. This has 50 countries, or actually more than that, since I've had this one was made. So it's 63 countries, and I'll show you a list of the countries where people can order it from. Not all the places of other countries get all the flavors that we do in the States, but you still can get the Feel Great system, the lemon and the balance, and we'll go through that. Okay, so it's patented. It means it can't be copied. It is 100% amazing. I love it so much. But so see what it says in the PDR. Okay, the PDR is a couple things. It's a physician desk reference, which is the old, on your doctors. If you go to the doctor's office, you'll see it on the desk. This is where they look up their prescription. So they're going to prescribe to you for whatever you happen to be going through. It's also prescriber's digital reference. You can get it online, pdr.net, and you can look up any medication with it. And I think you should, if you know somebody on medication or yourself, look it up, and you'll be amazed at what you see. The black box warning for some things, medications, but that's not what we're here for. So this actually system is in there. So you can look up on the system. You can open up the pdr.net, go on your computer, put in Unimate and balance. It'll tell you there's absolutely no side effects. It doesn't interfere with any medication. The only side effect that some people have is the balance, which is a fiber. Sometimes if your gut biomes are really bad and really unhealthy, it takes a little time to get it going, but that is it. A little bloating, something, but that's something that will pass once your gut gets better. Okay, so this is the pack that you get when you do order or you self-order. It's what's called the Feel Great system, which is the 2 Unimates and the balance. The Unimate is the one that you drink when you're not eating. This is it. In my bottle that you get, it's measured on the bottle when you're not eating. You drink that, and that keeps the food noise down, keeps you from being hungry and thinking about food, because there is a little bit of time restricted eating that we do as well. So if you're not going to eat all day, because you shouldn't. Your body needs time to digest what it has, and it needs time to, use your stored fat. That's what you would use. Okay, and then the balance, which is the fiber, which is the one that you would drink just before you eat, just before you do the time restricted eating. Okay, great. There we go. Okay, and so the next slide here. Okay, so the next slide that I was going to show you, it gives you a little bit of a background of the Unimate, which is the one that you drink when you're not eating, right? So this tells you what's in it. Like I told you, it's all natural, it's plant-based, there's no side effects. Theobromine, chlorogenic acid, it has the polyphenols and the natural caffeine. I do not know there's a difference between natural caffeine and synthetic. I didn't realize what was in coffee was in synthetic. So it's amazing what you learn also on, on the product and with the science calls that we go on to. The second one is the balance, which is the one that you drink just before your main meal. I drink it twice, but that's another whole story. Just before your biggest meal, you shake it in 8 ounces of water, you drink it down, and it's fiber. So it expands in your belly, helps you feel satiated, helps get those microbiomes healthy, gets your gut healthy. It's amazing, amazing product. I know you can buy fiber at the store, but this is a 7 fiber matrix, which means it gets all of the things that you need, helps with all the parts of it. The 1 fiber is okay, but 7 is better. Does that make sense? Okay, so as you can see, all the natural products in here, the citrus, which is from an orange, the beta glucans, calcium, all of these things, which you will learn before you even get started. You'll learn everything about it. You'll get the product yourself. You'll be able to try it, and you won't believe it. Okay, the competition. I don't think there is competition because these are pharmaceuticals. We're a nutraceutical, but as far as helping people with their digestive problems, with their, diabetes, pre-diabetes, and you don't have to be overweight. You could be thin and have insulin resistance. That's the other thing. People just think it's an overweight thing. It's an older person thing. It's not. These medications are ones that will manage, called managed care, as opposed to healing it, right? So statins, metformin, Ozempic, and bariatric surgery. As we all know, the Ozempic are the problems that you hear online. It works for some people, but what happens when you come off of it? That's the other thing. That's another whole video. But this is what we consider the competition. Okay. So this is the company where it all started. It was Rexall. So if you're an older person like myself, you recognize the name. It started over there. BioLife. You'll learn all the history of the company, and that's where it started from. Okay, so 1903 it was Rexall. In 1980s, our food changed, supplements changed. Stuart Hughes bought it, became the CEO of Unicity in 2006. So many different things. The Cleveland Heart Clinic, and again, you will learn all of this. We will not send you out there on your own. You will learn everything about this company, and you won't believe it. Okay, so this is the part that's important. Obviously, the money part. Helping people is what I love to do. That is in the heart. The money will come. If you like to help people, if you want people to feel as good as you do, like I do, the money will come, right? That's how I look at it. But this is what the levels mean. Okay, so you can do up to 12 levels. So, and I'll show you a picture of it. So level 1, so say I sign somebody on like yourself, whoever. So you're underneath me, I'm the first level, you're the second level, and you get residual income from each level down to 12 levels. And let me show you what that looks like. Right here. Okay, so this is how your franchise goes, and I'll show you how you get the franchise. And it's actually free. You can actually build a franchise for free. Mind blowing? Yes. Sounds fake? It's not. I will show you about that. Okay, so you're the franchise owner, or me. Like just say you. So say you sign up, you become a partner. You're your franchise owner. You have a friend named Bob who likes the product, orders the product, and likes it, but doesn't want to have a franchise. Just wants to take the product. You receive $25 from Bob every month. Now, this is every month people order. They do it on a subscription or non-subscription, but for the subscription, you get it every month. They get it monthly. They get a message that it's coming, and that's how that goes, right? So you're going to get $25 from Bob every month when he gets it for life, however it goes. Bob likes it and tells Sue, but he doesn't want to be a distributor. He just wants to be a customer, which we love that. Bob will get his own QR code to share with Sue. Sue orders from Bob, Bob gets a $10 credit, you get $25 from Sue and Bob every single month, right? Every single month this happens. Same thing with Sue. Sue loves the product, can't help but tell people, tells Joe and Jill about it. And again, she gets 2 credits, Bob gets Sue's credit, and you get $25 from Bob, Sue, Joe, and Jill, because that's your leg. Now, if Bob ends up becoming a distributor, he's his own franchise. I don't know how they keep up with it, but they do, and it's amazing, right? So here's a little bit more of a breakdown. Okay, this is how it comes. Actually, just before I forget, because I told you it's time restricted eating, I don't eat breakfast. It's $5 a day for those 3 packets. For the 2 packets of the Unimate and the 1 packet of the fiber, it's $5 a day is what it works out to. When somebody orders it, this is how it comes in the box. When you start your franchise, you, for $1,500, you get 10 boxes, which actually you get a box for free if it works out, you get 1 for free. So you get 10 boxes. The hope is, and we teach you and we train you to share those 10 boxes with people that you want to make better. You might know somebody that is in the fitness industry that would like to share it. You may have put some posts out and somebody will buy it. The idea is for you to sell the 10 boxes so that you have 10 customers. Now, the money that you sell it for the $159 comes back to you after selling the 10 boxes. It's now free. You have now started your franchise for free, which is mind-blowing, but it's a way to get you started. So that's why they have you do it. Okay. So they have your own custom links and they have their own links. And the other thing that's really great about it is a great back office so you can see everything, but you don't have to have shipping. You don't have to hold products. You don't have to deal with returns or problems or issues. We have a great customer service that does that. You don't have to worry about the legal, any of that. All you do is share what it's done for you honestly. And if you're starting off and you haven't started it, you want to get your business rolling, we do have a training site that you can, there's a ton and ton and tons of other people's testimonials that you can use until you have your own testimonial. It's very, very common. We've all done that when we started, right? Until then. And like I told you, these are the different things: weekly trainings, private training academy, coaching and support, and social media class. If you're not big into social media and you want to learn, we'll teach you. And Stuart Hughes didn't even have, the owner, the CEO didn't even do social media. He did it word of mouth. So please know you don't have to do social media. It just works for us. Okay, so this is, again, a little bit of a breakdown of how it goes. Leverage income for life. After you, your kids get the leverage income, and that's another whole thing, but that sold me, right? So 10 customers at $25 a month is $250 a month. Then you teach 5 people, $500 a month. They teach 5 people, $2,000, and so on and so on. But the duplication is so easy because it's not hard, because people they fall in love with it and they love the product. Once they understand it and you're able to share it with them, they love it. And this is how it goes. And then nothing is better, I hate to say advertisement, but better than you look great and they're like, wow, what are you doing? Right? So you're your own brand, right? So if you take care of yourself and you get healthy, people are going to notice and they're going to ask what you're doing. It's just that simple, right? So this is how that goes, right? And so let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I do want to show you these. Remember I told you the 63 countries? These are the countries that people can order it. You don't have to ship it from the United States. They go in, change the location to where they live, and it gets shipped to them. We're always adding and adding and adding, but these are the places that we can go to. If you do social media and you have people connected, family, friends, this is where they can order it from. Just a huge plus to show that to you. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Stop sharing my screen. There we go. Okay, great. So I would love for you to be a partner. I would love to take you along on the journey. There are trips. They just got back from Punta Cana. They were down there for 4 or 5 days as a reward trip. There's cruises, there's training, Vegas. They're all over the place all the time. Go on to any social media and you'll see all the people who I work with in Unicity just feel great. They're growing, they're learning, helping their family. It's just something that changes people's lives. And this is why I'm doing it. If you like to change somebody's life, if you want to try to change somebody's life, please, please, please reach out to me. I will put my phone number inside of the bio of this, my email address. I started my own company, Steps to Stronger You. I've done all of these things in 1 year in school degree nutritionist, and I just want to help. join me as a partner. Try it. Like I said, you're not going to be sorry. When the first person calls you and says, "Oh my God, I feel great. I got out of bed without my feet hurting," or whatever it happens to be, it's life changing. I just want to share it. Please give it a shot. Let's hop on a call. I'll invite you to one of the meetings that we have weekly and you can learn more about it. But this is just an overview. And I really appreciate you listening and have a great day.